up with it? What's up with it? What's up with it, y'all? How
Yo,
y'all doing, chat?
yo. What's up,
Hey,
Chad?
this is Talk That Talk Youth Football Podcast. I'm in the car on the way to the crib right now. I just came from my son practice. You know he a real tweaker on the 12U tweet party. They just had practice today, so I'm on my way back to the crib. I'm like 2 minutes away, so we had to get this thing started. We started special today, special time. We had a little daddy duties and stuff like that we had to get done. So we started the podcast at 8 o'clock today. Very special time for a very special guest. Um hey look, I ain't gonna lie. I like the guest we got today is definitely a mentor of mine, one of my old coaches. So it's a very exciting episode for me today. So he come with a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience in the game. So it's gonna be a pleasure to do this interview today. Um I'm your boy Coach Keith, aka Talk That Talk. This is my co-host Mike G, Vice President of the South Lake Soldiers. Man, what's up with it, Mike?
What it do, Chad? Another great week for another great pod, y'all. We back with another banger, man. You know how it go. Great. We got a great guest coming on too.
Yes, sir. Hey, if y'all watching on the Facebook, make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel, TTT Youth Football. We're like 120 subscribers away from 500 subscribers. Our first milestone on the YouTube platform. Um, Also, y'all go follow my Instagram at TTT Youth Football. We on all platforms at TTT Youth Football. So y'all just go to all platforms and type it in and follow us. Um, we definitely doing it big. We got a lot of things in store for you guys. It's the end of spring season, and we just getting the final touches ready for fall. But we definitely got something special for y'all. Hey, Mike. Hey, before we go to talk that talk on tour, I like to show them the merch and explain to them what we doing with the merch, brother.
All right, as y'all can see, this is the merch. These are some mock-ups that we have coming to y'all. We got the black tee with the OG logo of Talk That Talk Youth Football Podcast. And on your right hand side, you got our little new logo of me and Q. Um, Let us know what y'all think about these. These are just some mock-ups. Right now, what people are saying, everyone likes the black tees, the black shorts, and the hats. If you got any suggestions on what you would like to see us come out with, please shoot us a DM, post it in the chat. Let us know. Cause at the end of the day, this is all for y'all. To show some support for the podcast. And coming soon, we're still working on it. We're trying to get some football accessories, sports accessories, not just football, arm sleeves, um, some stickers for the helmets, um, spats, anything you could think of. We're trying to come up with. So if you guys got any cool ideas, please shoot them to us and let us know what we could do best. But as you can see here, this is our mock-ups for our merch. Still working on the website, but we're gonna have a pop-up shop coming soon. We're gonna have some details for that coming out when that will be. But please social support. When you see that pop-up shop, share it. We're trying to let it blow. We're trying not to come home with no inventory. We don't want to come home with no inventory. So when you see that pop-up shop, come support the pod, man.
And like I said, the merch we can have it in any color. So if you got any colorway specifications or anything that you want us to drop, like the colorway, um, let us know. Cause like I said, we definitely doing different. We don't just have all black. I got the red talk that talk shirt. A lot of people see like, yo, that red go fire. We got red, blue, whatever colors you want. We can get. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be on the website. We're gonna offer every style in different colorways. So um that's what we're gonna have for you guys. I just want y'all to stay tuned in and stay locked in with us. We got a lot of things coming. I think the sticker, brother. I think that'll be a good look for the top player of the week. I think top stickers will be a great start or giving the kids when they win, when they have the best highlight in our minds or whatever like that. So this is our merch, guys. Like he said, we got sports apparel coming. We got leg sleeves, armband, spats, um, headbands. We just gonna come hard with it, man. We're gonna get them back flaps. We got a lot of stuff in store. It's gonna take consistency. So that's what one thing that we pride ourselves on. Speaking of consistency, this is our 12th episode. So that means Talk That Talk Youth Football Podcast. We've been going for 90 days
Yes,
consistently.
sir.
We haven't missed a Wednesday. We dropped the Sunday podcast, the jump off the podcast, but then we've been going every Wednesday. Once we get the season started for the fall, we're gonna be going Wednesdays and Sundays to give you guys a different look of like highlights, and then we'll go game of the week, and we'll go who won the game. But yeah, we definitely got a lot in store for you guys on that tip. I'm just getting into the house, so excuse me if I keep pausing. I'm trying to get set up as I talk at the same time. I'm multitasking for y'all chat. Um,
But
we
yeah,
definitely
come fall, we got a lot in store for y'all, man. So thank you to supporters that's been supporting us from day one. Just think about it. Today, 3 months ago, Talk That Talk released the first podcast, and we've been trying to stay consistent. There's a lot of work that goes into this, and this is just for one day. So when we got the 2 days dropping, we gonna be working we're gonna be working overtime for y'all. And we do this for you guys and the kids, and that's what this podcast is for. Why he's setting up? What it do, chat? What y'all been up to? Oh, I also want to give out a shout out to Bird. Bird says she's gonna create something for the top one of the top 10 plays. So we gonna see what she got in store. So shout out to that Bird, man. I feel like we say that every week, but she been coming in clutch lately.
Yo, my bad, y'all. I'm getting my charger box. I got you. My bad. Give me a second. All right, we good, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
Mike for holding it down, man. I got my charger, my internet. Let me go ahead and set it up real quick. How we doing on the feed, guys? Let us know what the chat saying.
Looking good, looking good. What up, chat?
What's up with the chat?
How we looking?
We got a banger today, man.
There we go. Hey, what up, Steven? Christina, what up? Thumbs up in the chat, man. If we looking good on y'all side. We got one in store today, yes, sir. I suggest some of these coaches tune in. Tune into this one.
Facts. Definitely gonna be one of the ones. All right. How we look? Hold on. Let me get on my Wi-Fi real quick.
They saying we looking
All right.
good. So
All
far,
right. We're
so
looking good.
good. Yes,
Yeah, we
sir.
good. We good. Yes, Lord. Okay, we locked in. All right, I'm ready. Um, Go ahead and
Tornado.
introduce our guest, brother.
All right, we'll jump into that. All right, without further ado, y'all stick with me because he got a lot of accolades now. Our guest has been with the Outlaws for 23 years since 2003. That's just coaching. He's coached at Victory Prep, CFCA Spring in the springtime, and West Oaks Academy. City League champ in 2005. He became the president in 2007 of the Outlaws. Spring champions 2010, 2011. This is a crazy one right here. They went to the Mid Florida Super Bowl 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. I got to catch my breath. and they won the Super Bowl 2011, 2012, and 2016. In 2017, they have four teams go to the Super Bowl. Everyone won the Super Bowl. 2018, two Super Bowls. 2019, one Super Bowl champ and a YNC preseason 6U champs. 2020, they had three Super Bowl champions. Whew. 2022, four teams they brought to the Super Bowl. One won the Super Bowl. Hey, the nickname stands for itself, man. Get y'all give it up for the legend, Mr. Barry White.
Coach
Coach
Barry.
Barry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man, look. One of my favorite coaches, man. You definitely a pioneer and have led the youth for over 27 years, man. So you deserve your flowers, man. Y'all get up for Coach Barry, man. Clap emojis in the chat. Clap emojis in the chat. We definitely finna get it in today. Go ahead, Mike.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good, Mike. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. If I missed anything, man, you got a whole script, man. You got everything.
I think you might have missed a couple of them, but I think I tell everybody that my brother is better with um, remembering all that stuff than I am, especially dates and all of that. So um, I think you got close enough.
Yes,
I'm
Lord.
probably missing a
I'm
few
sure
more Super
somebody will
Bowls.
correct you if it was something wrong. Somebody somewhere straighten it out for you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we had a lot of people that was waiting for this interview. A lot of people that look up to you. A lot of people that whose lives that you impacted. So we just want to say we thank you and we appreciate you for being on the platform, man. So, hey, first question I always ask all my guests, man. How your mindset? How you feeling? What's your mental like right now, Chef?
I'm feeling pretty good, man. My mental right now, I'm so laid back. Um, I'm old enough now to know that worrying don't change nothing except the
Factual.
color of your
Yeah.
hair. So I just think I take it one day at a time, and I let God do what He gonna do, and I do what I know what's best to do. So my mental is good.
Amen, amen, amen. I like to hear that. Hey, I just want to ask you, what year or what year were you started to get around football, or what year did you start coaching football?
Again, it's kind of hard. It was so long ago, but my oldest son started playing football um, in the '90s, in the early mid '90s,
Yes.
or late '80s, I think. No, early. I'm sorry,
Yeah, I think it was
early
like what,
'90s.
88. You say he was playing on that 88 team.
Yeah, yeah. Because the Outlaws started in 1984. And so he was part of one of those early teams when they only had one team.
And they only had a 14, right?
Yeah, it was just a 14U.
Okay.
And that was part of the City League. And he was on that team, one of those teams in the early years. So I was more of a parent. And well, a lot of people don't know I ain't always been Coach Barry. So I was not quite coaching at the time, but I started probably, I think, early 2000s, like 2003, I think. I,
Okay.
it's somebody told me 99, and then I said, well, I don't know if it's 99 or not, but to me, I can remember 2003 was my really first when I really got into it.
Yes, 2003. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, and they say, hey, look, Holland said forgot 6 high school state championships.
Sheesh.
Oh, yeah, West Oaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, West Coast.
Okay, so he's a 6-time high school state championship. Oh, and free college, definitely.
Yeah,
Hey, you definitely that been for a lot of times, man. So, what was inspired you to become a coach?
Honestly, I always tell the story about me being tricked into this. Um, Even though I grew up on the sideline, my dad was a football coach, basketball coach. He even coached golf. But he was also
Damn.
a teacher and became a principal at a popular middle school. Um, so it was always around me. But the reason that I said I got tricked into it, I was just taking my fourth oldest son wanted to play football. So I was just a dad standing behind the fence watching. And the coach at the time, which was Rodney Thomas, Coach T was what we called him, asked me to help him take some kids to get a physical. And so I did that. And the next day he asked me to help put some kids in a 3-point stance. And I don't know how he knew I even knew about football because I never even had a conversation with him like that. And from next thing I know, I was part of the coaching staff. I was knocking on doors trying to get money for jerseys and
Yeah, he bamboozled you.
yeah. So yeah, that's just how it happened. It was not planned. I didn't ask for it. It just happened.
Okay, so it just happened. So, first couple years of coaching, what position did you coach?
When I first started coaching, that very first year, I was just kind of all over the place. Um, I think I was more of a water boy than anything because I used to get the kids dressed, help them put on the shoulder pads, and because I had the 10U, I was with 10U for almost my whole time. Most I coached 10U more than anything, and
Yeah.
so at the time that first year basically was just helping out everywhere. And then I became the defensive coordinator that second year. And basically, so my first years were defense, and then I ended up becoming an offensive coordinator a few years after that.
Okay.
And actually, the head
Okay.
when I became
Okay.
the
So,
head
how
coach, then
you
I
on the
started finding
offensive
out.
side? So
I'm
you
sorry.
started off basically helping out. So you helping out, and then you went as the offensive coordinator. So the next step was it got to be the head coach, right?
Well, I was the head coach around the same time I became the offensive coordinator. Um, Actually, like my third year, I became the head coach um, because we started expanding as well. There were only three levels, and so uh, one of the coaches that was the head coach with me with the TU, he went up a level. He went up to what we call the
Okay.
juniors, and left me down with the 10U, which was called the Pee Wees. And that's when I became the head coach and the offensive coordinator at the same time. And that was the same year, I believe, Coach Cameo came in and he was running the defense.
So how hard was the transition when you going from DC to now you're an OC and a head coach? I know it's way more responsibility when you're doing it like that.
Yeah, well, the transition from offensive coordinator to from a defensive coordinator was kind of easy. Um, Again, I didn't know a whole lot what I was doing, but I'm a student of the game. So
Mhm.
as time went on, I began to actually learn how to call plays and study what some of the greats were doing. And but me being a defensive coordinator, I looked at it, how can I beat my own defense? So that was how I started running the offense, thinking about how I can beat my own defense.
Yeah,
So
because
I would,
yes,
yeah, so I would come up with schemes and blocking schemes and different motions and to try to confuse myself.
yeah,
How would I beat
yeah,
myself? And that's how
facts.
I transitioned into being an offensive coordinator because I
And
was
yeah,
defensive.
and that's crazy because I started off as a lineman coach, so I kind of understood the blocking schemes and how like I have my coaches they'll have a lot of plays, but they won't have the blocking scheme, so they'll just send me the plays and I come up with the blocking scheme. So I went from that to defensive coordinator, and now for me being a defensive coordinator made me a better OC because like you said, you study the defense and you get elite. You have elite defenses, so you just like, how can I beat my own defense, right? And like you just said, like you trying to you coming up with offensive plays based off of the coverages that you run in your defenses. So it's
Right,
basically yourself against yourself.
right, right. And it got to a point where I began to learn that it was just more than X's and O's, because I was very fortunate to have some really good talent over
Yes.
the years, and so it, it it was not as hard as trying to just develop everything that I have just to try to win some games. I had some really natural talent that I can almost sit back like Phil Jackson did with the with the Bulls and Michael Jordan at times.
Facts. Facts.
I just had to be the manager of that team to make sure I have the kids in the right positions. You know, if a kid have scissor hands, you don't want to put him at receiver.
Receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's that's part of it. And then I began to uh, realize that, especially when we transitioned over to tougher competition in the state league. Um,
So
and
before we get there, okay, so you won you started off a city league. We'll say he said you said it was 99, but we got '03. Okay, in '03, you win City League. In '05, you win your first City League championship, right?
yes,
And then when you go back the next year, you get to the City League championship, but you lose.
correct.
How did that make you feel? Overcoming that obstacle and then getting back, thinking that you can go back to back and end up falling short. How did that make you feel as a coach?
It was a learning experience, and I can tell you exactly. I'm very competitive, and I can't sleep when I lose. I always have to try to figure out what I did wrong. And one of the things that, and I learned from it, that I did differently that second year, I called myself, I used to keep kids all the time, especially on Friday nights, because I picked up so many kids on a Saturday morning. I
Yeah,
started just
nah.
keeping them on Fridays. Because,
Facts.
yeah, it was just too much to be riding around, and sometimes parents don't answer the phone, they don't answer the door, So I just started keeping the kids. So
That's
what
the
I
best way
did,
to do it.
and really was it was a good idea, but I didn't do it right. I kept all of the kids that night at the community center. I rented out the community center, and I kept my entire team with me that night. And
Amen.
but what I did wrong was I let them have their PlayStations, and uh, they ate too much too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I had a kid got sick in the middle of the night. My center got sick in the middle of the night. His dad had to come and get him, and then 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, I got the kids in a push up position because they don't want to go to sleep. You know, you know. So it was they was having too much fun with the PlayStations and all that. So I learned that when you taking kids, and it's okay to keep them together, but make sure it's a business trip. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. So I learned that when I won my next one, because I kept them again, but this was out of town. But I made sure I didn't even sleep that night, because I'm going from room to room. We were at a hotel. I'm going from room to room, making sure that they would sleep. Someone was probably pretending to go to sleep, but I knew they didn't have PlayStations and all that stuff as far as I can see. So
Yeah.
that was a lesson learned. So I learned from that mistake. So that was the feeling that I got. I had to figure out, what did I do wrong.
So you like, some of the time that's like them kids' first time being together outside of their homes with the team. So it's a lot of energy, there's a lot of aesthetics around. So the guys like to hang out. And I know when we took our kids on the trip, they bring their PlayStation, they come in their room, they want to run around, play all night, and we gotta play 9 o'clock in the morning. Some of these kids want to go to bed at 3, 4 in the morning just because they're not used to being around their whole team. They're not used to being around all these kids. So their adrenaline is rushing. They overly excited. They playing a lot. Definitely a lot of playing, a lot of prank calls and all type of stuff. So you
Yeah,
definitely gotta have your people that's gonna supervise them, because they definitely be going wild when they get together, man.
yeah. Because
So
by halftime, they was out. They was out of it.
yeah.
I looked at them at half, and it was 0-0 at
Mhm.
halftime. And I looked at them, and they were gassed. They were out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They wanted to go to bed.
Hmm.
What they should have did
I
tonight.
know. I know you tore into them when y'all got back together. Away from that, I know you tore into them like, man, y'all did all that playing and shit last night. Now it's time to perform, and y'all are tired and want to be going to sleep.
Actually, I took the blame for it, because it was more on me. Because kids gonna do what kids gonna do,
Okay,
and
now you're right.
Yeah.
if you they gonna only do what you allow them to, and
Nice.
so I took the blame for that, and that was actually the Super Bowl. So it was the last game. Um, I think we did play a couple of postseason games after that, but the prize is the Super Bowl. So,
Yes.
it was, after that was over, it was over. I just didn't, I just learned from it, and I took the blame for that. So I didn't tear into it.
So going into there, '06, when you guys lost the Super Bowl in City League, that happened to be your last year in City League, right?
Correct.
You end up going to State League with the Mid Florida Conference, right?
Correct.
So tell me how was it going to a new league, and you being the president trying to get your organization basically to adapt to the more advanced, or did you feel like it was more advanced?
It was. It was I had talent. What was kind of a surprise to me, I'll put it that way, is that I thought the kids that I just lost the Super Bowl with, I thought that they were going up to the next level without me, because I never moved up with kids. It's kind of
Okay.
different now. Everybody moves up with their kids, and all
Yes.
that. I stayed on 10 to you, and with it was a different team every year.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, I never moved up with kids. Whatever came to me came to me. I might recruit a couple of kids out of Walmart, but that was it.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, I
Hey,
didn't.
it's very different now.
Yeah, it's a whole lot different now. But the way Mid Florida was set up, they were doing weight limits at
Oh
the
wow.
time,
Yes.
and so they had split 11, I guess, juniors, and they had an extra division in there somehow, where the kids that were a certain weight came back to me, and that was almost my whole team. And so I ended up coaching that same team, basically that same team, my first year in the state league. And we were beating up on everybody until we got the Osceola Panthers. And that's what showed me that this is a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, I just can't win off talent. That made me change my coaching philosophy and how I look at things and how I teach. And that's what a lot of coaches miss.
Yeah.
They don't understand that coaching is really just teaching. You have to teach. You can't just automatically assume that kids know how to do certain things as simple as a 3-point stance. And
Yeah.
that's when I
Yeah.
learned how to pay attention to details. People may not even think getting in a proper 3-point stance is important, but it is. Everything is. You have to pay attention to the smallest little things. Because if you don't, they say it snowballs into something big. You know, a whole lot of little things can turn into something big.
Like
So
Shannon Sharp say, never accept something in a win that you wouldn't in a loss. You have to build those characters and by being consistently with your routine and reps, reps, reps. Go ahead, coach.
yeah, I mean, and yeah, so I had to figure out what were they doing that I was not doing.
Yeah.
And so that's when I really learned to pay attention to details. Um, a lot of coaches don't understand that you just don't scrimmage the whole practice. That's not teaching. You know, you have to individuals are, and I'm giving up some free game here.
Hey, y'all better pick it up now. When he putting it there, when he drop it down, y'all better pick
You
it up.
know, um, individuals are more important in practice than pretty much anything. People make football difficult. It's not that difficult. It's blocking and tackling. If you block, I can get a ball to a bucket and he'll run a touchdown. And if you tackling, my whole motto was if you can't score, you can't win. I don't care if it's 2-0, we won. So that's something that should be practiced every day.
Yes.
Blocking and tackling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care all of those fancy calls you make, 32 reverse, backwards pass, left side go to the right side in, double reverse, triple man, glue, whatever y'all want to call it. If they not blocking,
They're not
none
scoring.
of it's gonna work.
Nope.
Facts.
So those are the two things that you have to work on daily, you know. And this game, my coach used to say all the time, man, this game is 85% mental. It may be more than that. But
Yeah.
but sometimes it's go 20-0 before the game even start because your kids
Mentally is out of whack.
they out of it. You know what I mean? They either be in it or out of it. You know, and so you have to have those kids at a mindset. You know, here's a little bit more of it, a little more free game. You know, if you tell your kids to be at the field by 12 o'clock, y'all got a 2 o'clock game or 1:30 game, and you tell your kids to be there by 12 o'clock. I don't care what you've done before 12 o'clock, but at 12 o'clock, we all in one place. We sitting, getting our mind right. What am I going to do today? How I'm going to do it? What's my assignment? because they say alignment, assignment, and execution, right?
Mhm.
So
Yes, sir.
I need to know exactly when they call this play, how am I lined up? Now, what am I supposed to do after I line up in the proper place? And then now all I got to do is go and execute it. But your mind need to be on that, not running around sitting on your mama lap, not running to the concession stand buying some of those greasy French fries, or throwing the ball around and doing all that stuff. If I say 12 o'clock, everybody's sitting there 12 o'clock, and we might be going over a little plays on the board, and going having our little session. But that's very important to have your kids mentally ready to play. Of course,
Yes.
everybody's not
That's
going to get
key.
there on time because those kids don't drive.
Yeah.
But if for the most part they're going to be there, but you have to have that relationship with parents, and then too, like I say, half of the time, most of the time, almost all of the time, I had them with me anyway. That's why I ended up going and get a van because I
Nice.
didn't have enough room in my car. Picked up so many kids, So
We got somebody in the chat that said you on point. Development is key. And messing with a lot of these youth teams, they want to be raw talent only. They forget about the coaching.
and that's a true statement. I noticed it, in some coaches. These kids are in a development stage, especially in youth football. Used to be about development. It's not so much anymore. So by the time they get to high school, a lot of them, if they're not that raw talented kid, they gonna miss out because these other coaches may have been teaching them how to develop. Now the one thing that is different now is there are a lot of trainers out there. Man, I didn't even know it was so many of them out there. Yes, and I don't want the trainers to get mad with me, but this is some free game too. Your coaches you should be getting trained every day at practice. When
Yeah.
you're doing those individuals, the same thing that those trainers are doing, you should be doing that at practice. Every day
Facts.
Yeah.
should be doing that.
Facts. I'm with you when you're right now.
Make practice plans. Okay. At 6 o'clock, from 6 o'clock to 6:15, we stretching. From six
Yes.
fifteen to 6:30, we doing we running. We doing whatever you got planned for that day. All right. If it's offensive day, then we going from 6:30 to 7. We gonna do individual offense.
With individual receivers running
Yeah,
these routes that these
running
players that
backs,
we running backs throwing
holding,
handoffs.
um, making sure that they don't, doing fumbling drills, making sure that they're holding it high and tight. Whatever they got these little jump cuts and all of this stuff now,
Yeah.
But that's the time that you work on that doing individuals. And notice I said from 6:30 to 7. I said that because and want you to notice that you only spent 15 minutes doing other things, but you spent at least 30 minutes in individuals.
Yeah.
I say
Facts.
7:30 to 7 to
Yeah, so listen, about 6:30 to 7:20, we'll go individuals because
go
we only
individuals.
need about 20 minutes of team. Because if you did what you're supposed to do in individuals, it should flow right into team.
Right
Because
into
we're working
the
on
team. Right.
we're
You don't
working
need
on what the game plan is.
right. So that is what has um, helped me. Practice plans, paying attention to details, and when I say paying attention to details, you know, uh, film. Make sure your games are being filmed. So on Sundays, And I don't care if you beat the other team 50-0. You pay attention to what, not so much to what y'all did do, pay attention to what y'all didn't do.
Amen. Now,
So Monday you can work on that. And slow that thing down, pause it, see who missing blocks, see who
yeah,
missing tackles, see, work on that. And then sometimes you got tape on another team, then you can study them and see what they're doing. But for the most part, it's more about what you do.
facts. Let's work on what I need to work on.
Right.
Like we might be way better than that team. So yeah, we missed 4 blocks, but the running back made 5 people miss and still scored a 100-yard touchdown. Yeah, we celebrate, but guess what? You miss your block, and you didn't hit the damn hole I told you to hit.
Yeah,
That ain't
because
cutting
when
it
you
for
play
me.
a good team, you play a really good team, that's not gonna work if you're not
Facts.
blocking.
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
Lord. Okay,
It
now
might
that's
work
next
against
level.
another team, but it ain't gonna work against a good one.
No.
So I need to straighten this out and fix it now before we get there. Yeah, celebrate
But
that.
we
We won on Saturday. We won 50-0 on Saturday. All right, take that all the way to celebrate that all day Sunday. But on Monday, that's over.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
over with. We on next
right.
game.
So
I'll say so going into so let's go. Going back into 2007, your first year in state, you guys had a great year, but you didn't win. When was your first year winning state at the next level with your team?
I think that was
Think about 2000. I think it was 2011 or 2012.
it was. I think we went in 11 and lost in 11. I think we won in 12.
Yes. So
We
from
won in 12.
07 to 12 took you 5 years to get your first one because you had to
Yeah,
get
because I
used
think
to
I
the
was
league.
doing spring league too around that
Yeah.
time. And I think I did spring in 2010 and 2011. Again, my years, I'm trying to make
Nah,
sure.
you right. Cause look, chat. In 2011, I played for Coach Berry. So we definitely won state for the spring championship in 2011 because I was a part of that team. We definitely had it was 14U, but we had a couple 15-year-old kids that was dogs. And you definitely, my birthday's July 16th, so I made the cutoff. So I was still 15 at the time. But you definitely, for me, you showed me the ins and outs of football, and you showed me that I wasn't one of the best kids on the team. This is my kind of my first year playing, but one thing that I showed you, I had a lot of effort. That's what you taught me. Like it ain't about what you do; it's about how you do it. And that's one of the things I took from you because you'll take a kid that wasn't as good as the other kids, but they came to practice consistently and showed and gave effort. You always gave those type of kids a chance. So that's how I cut my teeth on running. Make sure I run harder. Make sure I let you see me when we doing drills and we doing laps. Make sure I come in with the top of the pack, not lagging back. Make sure I push myself every lap. So you instilled that into me going forward. So that 2011 year, we actually won the spring championship, and then you got the head coaching job for the Victory Prep Eagles. So tell me how about that was, because that's was one of the reasons why I chose to go to Victory Prep for high school. Tell me about a little bit about that experience coaching high school football at Victory Prep.
That was
Mhm.
it was a strange experience, to be honest with you, in the beginning. But the second year was a little bit different because I knew what to expect. I thought that I was going to have a little bit more support than I did when I first started coaching there. Being that it was a school, and I knew that I had to do a whole lot myself. Do when I do spring league with the Outlaws and all of that. I knew how that worked, but I thought going into the school it was going to be a little bit more support. But it
Yes.
was a great experience, and actually You know, it was just really a continuation of coaching you guys because the year before that, actually, I coached 2010 spring league too, and those kids were like 12 and 13, I think. Um, because that spring league had big boys. They didn't have little kids. They just had all big boys. They had
Yes.
a 13 and 14, and then they had a 12 and a 13, and then they had a 14 and a 15. So
Yeah.
the following year I did the 14 and 15, which was with you, and then going into um, coaching high school. A lot of you guys I had already coached, so I kind of took that whole spring team and took it to the school, and we had some talent. Now it was a special, yeah, it was a
Yes.
special team, and
I remember they had Low, Damien,
oh yeah,
Ebok. Like we had some, bro. We had some work.
yeah, we
We
had
had some
some we had
dogs.
we
What?
had some real boys on that team, man, and yeah, I really
What?
enjoyed it. That was really my those first couple of years of coaching the big boys like that, and high school and school is different from coaching youth. Um, you have to think about these kids. Now you're talking about a school. So it's not a football team. It's actually a school that just happen to have a
Yes.
football team. So you have to think about are they going to school? Are they in school? What are they doing with their grades? What are they doing? Are they, being in trouble, getting them prepared for life after high school, So it's a lot more to coaching kids in high school than it is in youth.
Yes.
Youth, yeah, you want to make sure, and that's something that I instill and want to make sure that we continue to do that even this year. Make sure kids getting their grades. I want to see them report cards every week.
Facts.
Progress reports. So just like Pop Warner used to do, and get your teacher to sign off on that A or that E or whatever. So we can see where you are, because the bottom line is it's against the rules for you to play in high school if you don't have the grades.
Yeah.
So that's
Yes.
another difference. You can throw little John in the game in youth football if he getting the F. You shouldn't, but
You
most
shouldn't,
coaches do. Little
cause they
John
need them.
the
Yeah.
quarterback. I ain't got how I'm gonna keep him out the game. Yeah, I know he got an F. I know he even got suspended. But you guess what? In high school, you can't do that. Can't do that. So really, it's you're really hurting the kid when you allow it to happen in youth football. But it happens all the time. So,
It's just
yeah, but
entitlement.
that's the
Yeah.
difference. Yeah.
So okay, you didn't stay at Victory Prep long. It kind of hurt my heart. I mean, we had an issue, and you ended up going to CFFA. CFAA. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
Over at CFCA, Central Florida Christian Academy, I did not stay there long because West Oaks Academy pulled me away from there.
Mm.
They were starting a football team. They had a football team some years prior, but then Coach Victor Floyd, who played Florida running back at Florida State, and also played for, I think it was the Green Bay Packers. I think I can't remember which.
Oh, go see that's Vic Floyd. He coaching for the Jazz right now, right?
No, that's his son.
That's his son.
Mm.
Yeah, that's his son.
Okay, 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 okay,
Yeah,
okay.
his daddy played in the NFL. That's who pulled me over to West Oaks. He wanted me to
West
come
Oaks.
over there with him.
So going
So
to West Oaks. Yeah.
yeah, so I only coached the spring at Central Florida Christian Academy. That was not the plan. The plan was to be there. And I was actually over there with Coach Reimer and Coach James Lynch. at the time. And I think they both ended up going over to Orlando Christian Prep. I think James still over there. I think. But anyway, I was just there, and we played out. Just like around this time, high schools play spring games. So
Yes.
that's when I was at CFCA, coaching high school in the spring, and then that summer I went over to West Oaks Academy and became the I started out as a running back coach, and then kind of started floating around everywhere over there.
So 6 state championships, coach. Wow. So that
That's
was a big
crazy.
turnaround from going to see Victory Prep, starting over there, had minimal help, only doing spring at CFCA, and then you get tied in to a 6-year run with the West Oaks Academy, end up
West
winning
Oaks,
6
yeah.
championships. How was that
Floyd
experience for you, coach?
he's one of those guys who like raw talent, or have teachers. So he loved to teach. He don't have to have the outstanding 5-star kid and win with them. He'll take something that some kid that really haven't even played before, and he had just had a great coaching staff too. And Coach Collin came up and was a part of that as well. Found out how much of a defensive guru Coach Collin was. Something that I didn't know about him until at a later time. I'm like, man, this man know what he's doing. But that was a great experience with West Oaks Academy, and so and I would have even been probably still there, but my mom ended up getting sick, so I kind of retired early and became her full-time caretaker.
So all praise the mom. Mom's still kicking and breathing right now. So that was what I found out today from you talking to you earlier. Um, how hard was it for you to walk away from football full time?
Honestly, it wasn't that hard.
Straight up.
Yeah, um, it was a running joke because every year, around the end of the year, I used to always say, "This is my last year. This is my last year. This is my last year." So nobody believed me after a while. But when I said it, I was serious. I just didn't want to just leave it to anybody. So it took a minute for me to find the right person to take my place. And Coach Cameo just happened to be somebody who had been with me since the City League. And he ended up taking over my Pee-wees at the time of 10U. And so that was how I walked away from doing that. And also, I run a nonprofit, which is called Community Involvement Targeted Youth, also known as City Inc.
Yeah, I
And
tap in
so,
with City Inc., man.
Yes, sir.
yes, CityIncFlorida.org. The whole word Florida. City Inc. CITYINC Florida.
And make sure y'all tap in and go support. It's a nonprofit. With everything helps the program, and we definitely go in there and shoot something to you, but coach, we definitely love what you're doing for the community.
Yeah, so we're about mentoring, tutoring, of course, youth sports, but we also do performing arts.
Yeah.
Some things people don't know about me. I've been in several commercials. I've been in a couple of movies. I've done a couple of television shows, and I've done tons of theater. I even wrote
Okay.
plays. Um, so I teach kids how to do that too, how to get agents, how to audition for commercials, how to
Okay.
do
That's cool.
in acting. So um, that's
So
part
you're
of
more
my
like in a theater in the arts,
yes,
acting.
yes.
Okay.
I was also in the music business too. So
Okay.
All
yeah, so
What
right.
you used to rap, or what kind of music you
I had
made?
I had a rap group back in the
Okay. Okay.
80s.
Okay. Kobe.
I had a rap group back in the 80s.
Man, drop us a little freestyle, man. I'm just
Y'all don't want to hear that. Too nasty. Uh, excuse me. Um, but yeah, yeah, we had a rap group back in it. So I also have it's not hooked up now, but I have a studio. Um, and I closed the one that I had in Oviedo, and I have another one that's like in actually where I'm sitting at right now. Um, so nothing is hooked up. I kind of don't even do it a whole lot, but it's part of my nonprofit where I teach kids. I had a little rapper kid used to come out to the Outlaws. He was inspiring to be a rapper, so I would let him perform at the homecoming dances.
Okay.
Some of
That's
the
cool.
events I let him perform at the game during halftime. So so I would do things. That's kind of like part of what I do with the nonprofit. Um, but so the reason that it was that easy to get away from the coaching is because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to help
Yes.
more kids and doing different things. So um, I guess that was in 2016, I think. Um,
So 2016, were you
2016
still
to
you had retired from the Outlaws too, right?
well, no, I was still there. I was still there, but that was the same year that my godson became. Um, he went to Florida State as a quarterback.
And who was that?
DeAndre Francois. So
Okay, he played for FSU. Yeah, I know who that is.
yeah, so I he lived with me from the time he was 9 years old, 9 years old, and he didn't leave till he was 20 something. But um, I was traveling a lot with him too. But the nonprofit is based on helping kids around the world. That's actually our vision to help kids around the
Yes.
world. So I started going and helping other organizations, the Orlando Steelers, the Central Florida Saints. During that time, it was the Central Florida Colts, um, and of course the Outlaws too. So I was going around helping other youth organizations during that time. So it was not that hard for me to stop coaching. The
And then you said, ain't at the same time you had to try to do the unity. You try. That's why you always try to come bring people together. I
Yeah,
know you said you helping
I
other
did that about
organizations.
3 years ago. But what happened in 2016, they talked me into coming back.
Hmm.
Okay.
My brother was the coach. He actually took my place, him and Cameo. But they were still trying to run my plays. And they couldn't figure out the blocking scheme. So they talked me into coming to the practice to show them the blocking scheme. Then the next day they asked me to do something else. Next thing I know, I'm back on the sideline. So that's
Can't get
how
away
that
from it.
happened. So I only briefly retired from coaching. Like I was back like after the fifth game of the season. I was back on the sideline. And
So you had a brief retirement, and you back on it. And this was for the West Coast, or this for the Outlaws?
that was for the Outlaws. That was for the
Okay.
Outlaws. My brother was the one who was who Ernest White. who was actually he was coaching with me from the second year. So he had been doing this just as long as I have. He mainly with basketball now because that's what his kids transitioned to. But yeah,
Okay.
it was not that hard. The only thing that always kept me coming back was the kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what it always be, boy.
they pull you back. I mean, there could be times where, and I know a lot of people feel the same way. You know, I don't even feel like going to work, going to practice. I've been working all day. I don't work 8, 10 hours a day. I don't even feel like going to practice. But as soon as I get out there and I see them kids, it's like a whole. I just get a whole nother win. So
Facts.
yeah,
It's like, yeah, I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, I feel
It's
you
like
on that
therapy.
one.
yeah. So that's who kept me out there. So, but just to try to walk away, it really wasn't that hard because I had a different vision of helping more kids.
Mm.
Because it was hard to just be on the sideline and help a bunch of kids somewhere else.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, it was a little easier than just saying, "Hey, look, I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm gonna go home and from 6 to 8, I ain't doing nothing." And that's when I used to be at practice. Yeah, now that would have probably, had I not stayed busy, that probably would have bothered me. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
Hard.
tell me this. Okay, we already we meet our max potential in state league by winning 2 state championships in the Mid Florida Conference. You heard about this new league called Florida League. What intrigued you about going to Florida League?
We did a vote. And it was close. And some of them didn't come with us either.
Mm.
So that was something that I've always believed in democracy, and um, people having a voice. You know, they say taxation without representation. You know, so if I'm going to have you around, I, I want to hear your voice. You
And
know,
quick
so
question: was that when you guys went to the Orlando Outlaws and then OCO stayed with Mid Florida
OCO was created that year
that
because
year?
we went
Okay.
to Florida Elite. They stayed in mid. They created OCO and stayed and went to stayed in mid Florida.
A funny topic that we on this. I actually was looking for you when my son Zayden was 5, and I was looking for you because I said I know Coach Berry with the Outlaws, so I wanted to take my son to the Outlaws. So I ended up going to OCO thinking it was your Outlaws, and we played 5U flag. I know we had Chris Anderson Jr. on there, Turbo, Zayden, Devin. We had a couple guys on there, but that next year I came to Florida League, which is 22. That was 2019 when I was with OCO. And then 2020, I came with the Right Outlaws, which was Richie and them. They had the Swag Boys. They had just came off winning a national preseason championship and they had won the Super Bowl that 2019 year. So um I came to Outlaws for you. So I finally got there in 2020. I was with OCO the first year, so that's why I was asking you, was that the year when OCO was created and it was 2 different outlaws?
Yeah, that was 2017.
Okay.
2017 is the year that we went to Florida Elite, and we had a vote, and yeah, it was almost like 2 votes, uh, 2 or 3 votes difference. So we went with the majority. I didn't vote
Mm.
um, because I never voted on anything. I was being the president. I was not part of the board voting. Now, if it was even, then I would put in a vote. But as
Yes.
long as it was uneven, I stayed out of it and I let the people speak, you know,
Mm.
and the people spoke. and they wanted to go. They went to Florida, so that's how we ended up in Florida Elite. It was not my decision. It was.
How was the transition going to Florida Elite?
We I was hearing a lot of stuff that we making the wrong move and we gonna go over there and get our whole head beat up and because Florida Elite has some tough teams. Florida Elite has always been sort of tough. I mean, it's much tougher now, but even then, they because it was just some tough teams that started with Florida Elite, and the word was we was making a mistake. But we took 4 teams to the Super Bowl.
Wow, for first year,
4 out of the 5 went.
Wow, that was it. So all the naysayers got all to say. Y'all got most of y'all, majority of y'all organization in the Super Bowl.
Right. And we didn't win all of them. We lost one. The babies lost the flag because we were still doing flag at the time, and they should have won that one too. That's another story for another day. I don't ever cry foul. But that day I was crying foul.
Facts.
Yeah.
We're off watching
because I was on the sideline and I saw it for myself that something that happened shouldn't have happened. Actually,
Orlando Outlaws football and cheer said we came in kicking ass and taking names.
But yeah, they actually changed the rules because of that game. They changed the rules because I'd asked for and I wasn't even the head coach, but I was hollering, do a measurement. It was 4th down in inches, 4th down in 2, something like that. But they didn't get it. I say they didn't get it because I was standing right there next to it, and I was hollering, "We want a measurement," and they wouldn't give it to us. They just said 1st down, and the time ran out.
Wow.
Actually, they ended up going down and scoring to win the game because we were winning, and that would have been a turnover on downs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if momentum kind of got off your sideline, they kind of lost it right there and there.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that was Blaze.
Oh,
Blaze was we should have beat Blaze, and he could back then only the flag could only score so many touchdowns. So Blaze ran it all the way to the 1-yard line and took a knee. That's how they got down there. But they shouldn't have even been able to get that because in my eyesight, it was not a 1st down. But that's another story for another day. So I'm gonna leave that alone.
Shout out to Blaze, man. You definitely grew up to something very special.
That kid is special. Very special. I love watching him play. He's good kid too. Good kid. Yeah.
So we're gonna fast forward a little bit to you actually in COVID year. You didn't want to you wanted them to cancel the season. You didn't want them to play that season. The year after that you ended up retiring, right? Tell us a little bit about that. What went into your decision to retire the second time?
Well, the first time, in the COVID year, that 2020 year was that COVID year, and everybody was had to wear masks. We had just came out of shutdown, and some leagues were not playing, but Florida Elite decided to play. Basically, and I'm not even joking. Is that when I say this, I literally prayed that we didn't have a season. Because I was going to just go with whatever my coaches and my parents wanted to do. They were going out there anyway. They could care less about COVID. And around that time, we weren't even calling it COVID. We was calling it coronavirus.
Yes.
So nobody really knew what it was, the details of it. You text somebody, you're going to get it. And, it was just a moment that as the president, I'm thinking whole term, or I'm thinking more on the terms of what if we get a big outbreak? And
Yeah.
yeah, and something happened to one of these kids. That's all I could think about. And so football had nothing to do with it when it came down to that. I was just always thinking, what if something happened to one of these kids out here with this coronavirus? And then I said that was why I was praying that we didn't even have a season. But we did, and it turned out um, really wasn't no different from any other season other than wearing masks on the sideline. It's 100 degrees outside, can't breathe with those masks on. But other than that, it was a good season. 2021, my mother got sick. So that was part of the reason why I kind of disappeared, but it was not the original reason. The original reason is, I always told you that I was trying to I was trying to get a head coach to somebody, then I was trying to get a president job to somebody. I ended up giving it to Richie. And I wanted people to get used to him because they were so used to me. They would go around him and come to me. So I disappeared on
Yeah.
purpose. So they didn't have a choice but to go to him. And then my mom got sick, and then that just changed the whole. I ain't even coming out there because of her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I had too much going on at the time. And so I kind of for the next at least probably 3 years, maybe, or 2 years, 3 years, I was not really on the scene like that. And a lot of stuff I didn't even know what was going on because I had another guy he's like my brother. He's been with me for a long time, and that's Hakeem. Um, Most people know him because he do AC work, but Hakeem's like my brother. He did a lot for the Outlaws, a lot. Um,
Shout out to Coach Hakeem, man.
yeah, yeah. He took care of them kids, man. I wouldn't have been able to do it without him, you know. And he's part of the reason that I ended up coming back the first time because he kept jigging at me about coming back. But anyway, I never really like totally just left and going somewhere else and doing something else. I just wasn't as active. And during those years, the 21,
2021. Yeah.
22, and like really like 23, I didn't even know what was really going on in the Outlaws because he put it in his words, he didn't want to bother me.
Yeah.
So stuff was going on and things were happening. I had no idea. I had no idea. So it wasn't until in 24 that I kind of stuck my head back in because I was getting phone calls and you know I was noticing a couple of things, but I stuck my head back in just to see what was going on the business side of it. And so
Yes.
that's what I did. And then last year, I kind of stuck my foot in there and just kind of see what else, see it, about the program part of it. And as you can see, basically, my whole body back in now. But
So basically, you took a 4 year vacation,
yeah,
and almost 5 years.
yeah, if you want to call it a vacation, um, I really didn't, because I'm still running my nonprofit too, you know,
Yes. And I want to get with you after the podcast. However, that we can collab or help out with your platform, I'm open to do it. So anything you need anything you need us to do that we can do to help out, we definitely want to push your nonprofit and get it on the platform and broadcast it, and any moves that you're doing, any events you have, we would like to be a part of it. So I would get with you after this interview just to touch base with you, because this is my first time ever learning about that. So that's a great thing that you
Yeah.
do for the youth, and I would love to contribute to that and be a part of that.
Well, I'm getting ready to send you and this is helping me with the nonprofit is helping with this. We have a free camp this weekend, this Sunday. So I'm gonna
Okay.
send you. This is a flyer basically, and the nonprofit is helping to fund this. So
Okay. I got it.
yeah, so I'm still trying to learn how to run this nonprofit thing.
Yeah.
Even though it's 20 years old, actually 20 years old
Sheesh.
this year. And I just never I didn't have the time to do it because I was working, I was coaching, I was just trying to do a whole lot of stuff. But without the nonprofit, writing grants and doing all that other stuff, we, working with a lot of kids, because we don't turn nobody away because they don't have money.
Amen.
Money
Amen.
is, we'll find a way to pay for you. We just don't want you to walk through the back door and pretend like you're invisible, and just
We don't want you to sneak in now.
right. Don't sneak in. Let me know that you need a little help. We're gonna make sure there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? So because we
Real
don't
quick,
turn
coach.
kids away
Real
from
quick,
not
coach.
having any money. I've never done that.
Chat. We got Orlando Outlaws Youth Football and Cheer. They got City Inc. Florida. It is CITYINC. Spell out Florida.org. It's in the chat. If you can click on that right now and go and support the what Coach Barry has to offer, guys, go support it. He did a lot of lot of stuff for the youth. And he just need a little helping hand. So y'all, let's go support him. Let's go spam his website, and let's just see what we can do as a community to help out with these kids that he helping, for his program. So spam that in the chat. Make sure y'all it's in the chat, you guys. So make sure y'all go in there and show love to my coach, man.
I appreciate that, Keith.
Yes, sir. And like I said, you came back, and the Alpha Dogs. Can you tell me? Because it was word on the streets that you guys supposed to merge the whole organization with the Jazz, and I'm like, what? So tell me, it was a rumor going around. Tell me how true is that?
That was actually a conversation. A lot of people don't know that me and KJ talk. we, we are. I don't want to be disrespectful and could say he's my son or something like that, but
But he'll understand it. You definitely one of the elders, and you definitely, you know what I'm saying.
but I have kids. I had kids older than most of these guys, so But I look at him like that, and he know he can come to me for anything. And he always tell me the same thing too. I come to him for anything. But we actually, had a discussion, but it just the terms of how things. Well, he's been working on what he's been doing for the past few years, and so that was something that he wanted to continue to do. And of course, we've been doing what we do for 42 years. So it just didn't line up. It didn't line up. But in a perfect world, we all stronger together. You mentioned something about 2023. The Unity Day, but I tried to do that in 2023. I actually did. I spent thousands of dollars to put this event together to try to bring the city together, and people were just they didn't want it. But that's I've always believed in unity. Because it's not even about really football. We use football as a tool to teach life lessons. And I don't even care if you go to the NFL. You can't wear. I'm 63 years old. I can't wear a helmet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at some point, you got to take that helmet off, and then you gotta live real life. They say the lifespan of an NFL player is basically 5 years if you're good. If you're extraordinary, you may play 10. But that it's not forever. So after you take the helmet off, there's real life. So that's what these kids really need to know about is real life. You could just use football because if you put up a sign saying real life or just mentoring and tutoring, you might get 5 kids and 3 of them were forced there by their parents. But if you put up football and cheerleading, you get 200, 300 kids, and then you teach them about life along with the football. Because just think about it. A lot of them kids we coaching right now not even going to play next year. They're going to realize, hey, this ain't for me.
Yes.
Even less than that going to go and play in high school.
Yes.
Even less than that going to even go play in college. And you're lucky if you get 1 or 2 in the NFL.
Amen. Out of probably 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 kids, you might get 1 or 2.
Yeah, you're lucky if just Google the percentage of college kids that make it to the NFL. It's
not a lot.
Less than 2%.
Yes.
So, and even if you get there, it's hard to stay. And a lot of kids go to college. It's not that hard to get to college, but a lot of kids don't make it when they get there.
Amen. Because it's like what you instilled in your kid. What did you put in them? Like, what value do they have? Do they know how to go? Have you been babying them the whole time?
Right.
Have you been
back home
pushing them up the ladder?
Yeah. Or that they don't even make it. Might not. Some of them might make it through a year, and they back home.
Mike, you got a question before I get to my last question?
I had one. What? Actually, yes, I do. What is one of the struggles of being a president? Because I'm a vice president and I know all the ins and outs, but for the people, it might seem easy to them, like being big dog on campus. But what is one of the struggles as being a president of a whole organization?
That's a good question, Mike, and I think a lot of people do know. That's the reason why when I open up the door for people to sign up, nominate themselves or somebody else to be the president, before I decided to come back and do this, it was crickets.
Yeah,
because people they don't want they don't want this. Hey, I ain't but 25 years old. Look at my hair. But no, seriously, it is it's tough. It's tough. It's not as easy as it looks. For some people, it's almost like showing up at the game and you see the field all lined. The markers are there, the referees are there, everybody in uniforms, but nobody know what it took to get all of that prepared. Being a president is 24/7. It's you constantly, and if you want to be a good one, you got to do a lot. And I don't care what you do for some of these people. You
ain't enough. Boy, I woof. Well, look at him.
Yeah, you can bend over back, and they'll want you to bend over forward so they can stick something in you.
Amen.
But you know what? You can't take it personal. You can't take it personal because sometimes people are going. You never know what people are going through in their real life, and so sometimes they bring their issues
Yes.
to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you already know that damn, I didn't do anything to these people. Why are they doing this? Or saying this or being this way. You can't
Yeah.
take it personal. I learned that a long time ago.
Yeah.
That don't take this stuff personal. You just happen to be in the way at the time. And a lot of people don't even understand what it means to be a president. I had a lady come to me one time and ask me because we practice at Eagles Nest and there's a lake there. And the ladies asked me what I was gonna do about the alligator in the lake. Well, ma'am, that alligator is home. He lives there. We on his property. Basically, he in his
Yes.
habitat. Right. Now I can call the people, you know what I mean? But they got signs all the way around. It's an open park. People know that there are alligators here, but people don't understand what your real job is. You
Yeah.
know that but Mike, to round out your question, man, it's a lot of work, and it's 24/7, and it could be headaches, but at the end of the day, if you continue to just do what's best for the kids, you can't go
Amen.
wrong.
Amen.
Yeah.
Great answer. Hey, Coach, this is one of my last questions, final question to ask you, man. What's a few differences that you see between when you started coaching and the coaching days now?
Mm.
It's a huge difference. And I'm not saying what they're doing now is right. I ain't saying it's wrong. I'm just saying
Yes.
it's different. One of the main difference that I see is that coaches are moving up with their kids.
Mhm.
And I stayed on the same level, and whatever came to me is what I coached. I didn't move up with my teams, and I didn't do that because actually, even when we moved to the state league with MFLCC, them kids came back to me. The league sent them back to me. I didn't move up with them. It was based on the league that had weight limits, so they came back
Yes.
to me. So that was the only reason I was able to have them again. But other than that, that's the difference now. Um, Guys are coaching their kids at 5 and 6U, and they still coaching them out the door at 13, 14U.
Yes, Lord.
You know, and so that's one of and one of the hardest things to do. I've coached my kid before when I first went out there, and
Yes.
I just didn't move up with him. But uh, daddy ball at his finest.
Yes.
They just don't want to call it daddy ball. They don't
Nah,
normalize
that's
it
what
so
it
much
is.
now they don't want
That's
to
what
call
it
it that.
is.
But it's one of the hardest things to do because you're going to either show a little favor or you're going to be too hard on them.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of the hardest things to do is to coach your own child because you have an emotional attachment to that child. You're not that emotional with somebody else's child.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why emotions are so high. You know,
Nah.
yeah,
You talking now.
yeah. That
You talking that talk now.
they people get into it real quick. Coaching staffs and uh, uh, it's just it's high tension. That ain't the only reason, but that's one of the main reasons because it's natural for you to be emotional about your own child. It's natural. That's
Yeah.
your child.
Yeah.
You saw it coming out. You
Mm-hmm.
saw that baby coming out. You raising that baby. You see that baby every day. Of course, you love that baby. So that's why the emotions are so high. And uh, in a perfect world, people wouldn't coach their own child in a perfect world.
Yes,
But
facts.
nowadays,
That
you wouldn't even
definitely.
have an organization if parents didn't coach their own child.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah,
So you just
yeah,
roll
yeah, because
with it.
that's the volunteers that come to coach
Yeah,
that got
you
a
just
kid at that level.
yeah. Without the parents, you don't have anybody. So you have to. That's just um, something that you just have to try to work with and deal with and pray that everything turns out all right. You know, uh, I'm just thankful that they are actually a part of the kid's life. I'm
Yeah.
thankful.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah. So I appreciate them daddies. I appreciate the mamas because these kids need their parents first. I've been parents to kids that ain't mine. A lot of them. I got a lot of God
Yeah.
kids. A lot of them.
You definitely was that father figure in my life when
Yeah.
my father was in prison. I got a chance to play that spring year with you and go to high school. My daddy had just got out of prison once I went to high school. So you definitely played a part in my life. So I appreciate you for that. You
Yeah.
know, and
Well, you're welcome.
you know,
And that's my point. When I see a dad out there, man, regardless of whether it's daddy ball or whatever, I it's not even about football. It's about the being in them kids' life.
that's real now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I appreciate that. So whatever these guys need, you know, if they want to try to go to Timbuktu to play, let's see how we can make that happen.
Amen.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Let's let's
Amen.
let's make it happen.
With that being said, man, I thank you so much for blessing the platform with your aura, man. Like with your life story and everything that you have brought to the game. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. The whole youth football
Sure.
community appreciate you, and we just love what you do, man. So we hope that you can finally get that rest that you need, and you can find the right person. But until then, you are the right person. You are that person. God don't make mistakes, and for right now, you the person right now. And when it's time for you to hang up the cleats and hang up the whistle, there's gonna be somebody that you ain't gotta even second guess. That's gonna take the Outlaws to where you're trying to get them to go and to hold on and preserve that history. So we thank you for your 25 and 27 years of service, and it don't go unnoticed, man. So anything that we can do, we shout out to your nonprofit organization. Everything that you do for the community is how you continue to get your blessings. So we definitely thankful to have you. And man, one of these days, man, get us in the studio, man. We can go record some tracks with you, man. Do some work with you, man. So
I'll hook it up for you. It's in
yes,
there.
Lord. Hey, Mike, go ahead and introduce my boy. Get him up out of here, man.
Yes, sir. Let me get this long list. The legend, Mr. Barry White. He's been with the Outlaws for 23 years since 2003, coaching. Coach at Victory Prep, CFCA, West Oaks, City League champ in '05. President for the Outlaws since '07. Spring champion 2010, 2011. Mid Florida champion 2011, 2012, and 2016. They brought 4 Super Bowls back in 2017, 2 in 2018, 1 in 2019, 3 in 2020, and 1 in 2022. The legend.
And a six-time high
Oh
school state
yes.
champion at West Coast Academy, and a great, awesome father figure and president, man. Coach Barry, good night. Glad to have you. You did a great job on the interview, answered every question, elaborated, just the type of interview we needed. We appreciate you. I love you, Coach Barry. Anything you want to say before you get out of here, brother?
I just want to thank you guys, man, and you guys are doing a great job, man. So I appreciate you, and Keith, I've been knowing you for a while now, so
Yes, sir.
I'm definitely proud of you,
Thank
and
you.
I've seen your podcast once or twice, and
Thank you.
you got your great partner over here, Mike,
Yes,
and so
sir.
I just want to thank you guys for having me on, man, and even thinking of me. You know, um, this is kind of what keep me going when I say, "Look, man, I'm tired. I don't want to do this no more." And why do I do it? And all you start questioning yourself at times,
Yeah.
and then God brings somebody like you into my life and remind me why I do it.
Mhm.
So,
Amen, man.
just
That's
thank you for the opportunity.
Yes,
we
sir.
appreciate you, man, and definitely you always on my heart because, like I said, those years that became my coach, I really needed a father figure, somebody to look up to that believes in me. Because like I said, I have no guidance growing up with my parents, both of my parents being locked up in prison. So you never know the part that you play in these kids' life. I just say keep making an impact and keep doing it, man. Because you definitely got kids that look up to you, and you got a lot of kids that you save. You can't save them all, but you saved a lot. So I'm definitely one of the ones that you saved. I came out. I'm not a felon. I don't have a record. I took the life skills that you taught me and I ran with it. So, and I'm trying to put those same skills that you taught me into my kids. So I appreciate you, man. I always got love for you. And of course, we got to have you back on the pod, man, later on in the fall. So we appreciate having you, man. I see you later. Good night, brother. Tell Ma I say, hey,
Good night, my brother. Good night,
good
y'all.
night.
Yes, sir. Good night, coach.
Good night. What's up, chat? What's up, chat? Y'all know what time it is.
You know what
Y'all
time
know what
it
time it is. Y'all
is.
know what time it
Hey,
is. Y'all
before
know
we
what time
start,
it is.
clap it up in the chat for coach, man. Clap it up.
Yeah, man. Clappy emojis in the chat for Coach Barry. Man, we appreciate that, Coach Barry. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I almost teared up a little bit, man, because, you know, Coach Barry came in my life at a time where, man, look, I wanted to play football so bad in my life. My mom and dad went to prison when I was in fifth grade. And, I just never had the chance to play. When I was young, I played 1 year. I think we practiced with the Mercy Drive Buccaneers with Coach Shamu. And after that, my mom and my daddy was road running, all the way from Marietta, Georgia. We was everywhere. So I never really got a chance to play, but that 11th grade year, I got the I was a 10th, maybe ninth grade. I got to play with Coach Barry. That was in 2011. We actually won the spring championship, and then he came my 12th grade year. He was the head coach for Victory Prep. And like I said, I wasn't the best corner on the team, but he instilled in me effort and working hard. And I was actually became the starting cornerback on the team. So I wouldn't have my football experience if it weren't for Coach Barry. And I just appreciate him. And I thank you, Coach Barry. It was a great episode. It's a pleasure to have you on. And we was gonna do some other stuff with PSF. Matter of fact, let's just go through the bracket real quick. Let's just go through the bracket real quick, bro. We had an hour and what we at right now, bro.
You
We at
don't want to do
140.
you don't want to do top 10?
Yeah,
Or you want to do PSF first? Let's just go
we can
through
do top
PSF
10.
real quick.
Yes.
Oh wait, let's go to Saturday first.
Yeah, he said yes. Send it and we'll share it. Yeah, Mr. Collins, send it for the mini count on Sunday. But see, I'm gonna be doing PSF Sunday, but we'll definitely get that to you. Rose Bowl. Rose Bowl. What's up with it, y'all? Rose Bowl for Saturday, April 25th, the final four bowl games. 6U D1, we got West Orlando Jags versus the Heartland Titans. No, we got Bay Area Jags versus the Heartland Titans. Are we picking? Are we picking or no?
We already both picked Bay Area to win this one.
Okay, so we ain't gonna pick. We just gonna say the teams because I had some. Yeah. But D2 6U, we have Polk City Jags versus Titusville Terriers. Hey, look, I'm gonna speak on this real quick, bro. Polk City Jags, they beat us Sunday with one player. Number 18, Mr. Eli. I wish they would have sent me some of your highlights. You a dog. Um, I'm actually gonna have Eli highlights on the next one because I got my son highlights I gotta put on there too. And I ain't put them on there. I kind of slacked up on this one. But we supposed to beat Polk City Jazz, man. But shout out to Polk City Jazz for making it. They beat us 13-14. Shout out to Jump Cut Jr. He had 13 tackles in a touchdown in a losing effort. But he definitely played his heart out and gave it up. So shout out to Eli, number 18 from Polk City Jazz. He's definitely a dog, but they got a tough out with the Titusville Terriers. Coach Steve got them boys coached up over there. So I'm not going to pick, but I'm just letting y'all know the backstory. 10U D1, 11 o'clock game. We have the Charlotte Boys versus the Heartland Titans. The 12U D1, 12 o'clock game. Venice Bulls versus Charlotte Boys. Then we have the D2 8U at 1 o'clock. We got Venice Bulls versus Pinecrest Pilots. That's going to be a good one. Then at 2 o'clock, we got 12U D2. Charlotte Boys versus Celebration Storm. 10U D2. At 3 o'clock, we got Wilder Park versus the Celebration Storm. And then we're gonna get into the Orange Bowl. I can't see the last two, so we're gonna get into the Orange Bowl. A couple of matches on the Orange Bowl that we're looking out for. We got this 6U D1 Black Ops versus Orlando Chiefs.
Let's go Chiefs.
Rome. Let's get it done, Rome. Let's get it done. And
Hey,
Rome, we trust.
that's what we got to bet on, man. Hey, shout out to them Chiefs, man.
Nah, Steve. Eli should have been on the top 10, but
We ain't getting no
yeah, I
highlight.
ain't, I ain't get it right, but yeah. Hey, Steve, you see, I know the outcome. Hey, y'all better start number 18, Steve, because he definitely one of the ones. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Eli. He definitely gonna be in that top 10 next week with the plays that he had from this week because I didn't get a chance to edit. Been a busy week this week. But yeah,
Ooh.
6UD1. Rome, let's get it done. 6UD2. Plant City Dolphins versus Celebration Storm. That's gonna be a good game.
Let's go. I got the
10U.
Storm.
I got Plant City.
Storm with the upset.
10UD1. Plant City Dolphins versus Pinecrest Pilots. That's another good one. Shout out to my boy Mr. King. He's a dog. One of my quarterback from King Lopez is a dog on that team. So that's gonna be a good game. What that 10U bracket at? That's D1 bracket. The other 10U bracket we got 10U D2. We got Wilder Sports. I can't see it like that. So that's gonna be go to the next one, bro. That's some of the games from the Orange Bowl and the Rose Bowl. That's the Final Four. Now we have some bowl games, basically consolation games for the team. I like how they did the bowl games. We got the Gasparilla Bowl.
Gas. Yeah, they give you all that gas, Sprilla.
Gasparilla. Hold on now. Is this D2?
This y'all. I think
We
that's
played?
yeah. Y'all got a game at 12, bro.
Bro, we got a game at 12 versus Bay Area Jazz D2. I gotta talk to Coach Mitch because I don't even think we didn't even practice this week.
Yeah, you might want to call them tomorrow. Let them know y'all got a
Hey,
game.
Coach Mitch, tap in. Coach Mitch, tap in because they saying we got a game versus Bay Area Jazz in the Gas Bowl. Gasparilla Bowl. We got a game at 12 o'clock.
Y'all spanked them though, right? That B team.
I ain't listen. I like Coach Cho them, so I ain't gonna say we spank them because, like I said, I like Coach Cho. He'll definitely he a good coach. So I'm gonna keep it clean. We didn't spank them, but yeah, you already know how we come in twin. But yeah, I like that they're doing this. It's like a consolation game because a lot of these games were so close. Um, Damn, we actually played.
Yeah, I was about to say they got the whoever made the time is wrong. 12 a.m. is at midnight, but
What?
I believe
No. Look. Shout out to Cheyenne. She definitely did her big one. She had to get this turn. She had to get it out quickly. So we understand what she's saying. We know it ain't no 11 a.m. It's 12 p.m. It's 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So we get it. So we ain't gonna come on now, Mike.
that's my
Don't do
fault.
my girl like that.
Shout out them for making a flyer. Then how it be.
Yeah. Shout out PSF Cheyenne. She's a real one. She definitely do all the media coverage for PSF. And shout out to Donovan, man, for always showing love to you, boy. And I got that drone. I'm gonna send it to you. We gonna get the drone and stuff. Let's get it, man. Now, you guys have been waiting patient. I see the chat going up. So it's time. Go ahead and drop that. Top 10 plays brought to you by Talk That Talk Youth Football Podcast. Shout out to Bird for the intro, man. It's
Yes,
fire.
sir.
Let's get it. But you got it. Take over.
Coming at number 10, we got Caden Porcher, 8US, big guy, trench baby on the D line.
He got it that bit so fast. It is tough, boy.
That's an 8U D lineman. Shout out to Caden Porcher for making the top 10. Moving on, we got QB Big Z to wide receiver Mason,
Bizarre.
Black Ops,
Big
6U.
Big Zai to Mr. Mason with the dot. Watch this dot, bro. This kid, listen. He on the ATM boys, right? He started on the ATM boys as a linebacker. Coach Mike and Coach Johnson said they got room for him on the defense as a linebacker. So what his dad do? Shout out to his dad. His dad said, "Guess what? We're not going to complain. We're not going to pout. I know my son's a quarterback. Put him up against the quarterbacks and give him an opportunity." He went to this 808 tournament in Jacksonville with Coach Mike running the 808 tournament in Jacksonville every weekend. He got an 808 lead. And he actually went and threw 2 touchdown passes. Guess what? Big Zah is in the quarterback rotation now. He made a name for himself. So for those kids that feel like that you on that level and want to compete, you know, the ATM boys gonna give you a chance to compete. So if you say your son play this position, whatever, they're gonna give your son an opportunity. So shout out to Big Zah. Zion, shout out to you, bro, for going in and making a name for yourself. Not letting nobody tell you what you can't do. Standing up in that pocket and throwing a dot to Mr. Mason. He definitely one of them ones. Big Zah.
Shout out to them boys. Coming
Good
in
throw.
next, we got Rocco from 7U.
Rocco, what's up with it?
Another trench
Trench, baby.
baby.
Trent, you got no trench babies in this week. Look at that. Oh man, good hands, good technique in the backfield.
Keep fighting.
Stuff and great hustle. Hey, he tough. Great hands in the pocket. Great to get out the defender, get off the blocker, and pursue the football. He didn't give up on the play. Great hustle, Rocco. He made it to number 8 on the top 10.
Shout out to Rock.
Stuffed him in the backfield for a loss. Good job. Shout out to Rocco. 7U South. Here we
Number
go.
7, Caden Sawyer.
Man, look. I say it every time, man. My favorite tight end, man. Look, he gonna make the top 10 every week because every week he making plays. This ain't no favoritism. This a dog. He playing 707 now, and this is definitely what he should be doing at the tight end position. Because one thing about it, he's always open. Even when he's not open, throw it to him, he gonna catch it. I haven't seen him drop a pass since I met him, and I ain't even gassing him up. I haven't seen kid drop a pass. So shout out Caden Sawyer, number 7, cracked the top 10 from the Sauce Boys, 9U.
Yes, sir. We're gonna let his thing play out.
Just Lord. Look, he don't drop it. He go down and get it, go up and get it, go up top. He's definitely one of the ones, bro. Like, I
Sauceboy's got
can't
a
even
flag
hold you.
game.
I'm thinking it's something that they just started. I don't think Twan doing it, but I think they still together. Caden is a dog. Hey, Bruce Frank, bro.
That's versus
Caden is
GTA
definitely
right
one of the
there.
ones.
Shout out to Caden Sawyer.
Caden Sawyer, one of the top tight ends in the country, and I stamped that.
Number 6, Jaden Alpizer, aka Gordo.
Gordo.
the Polk City Jags.
Oh, Jit got speed. Quarterback position. Oh, you playing quarterback? Or you
Ah,
playing?
he, another trench baby.
Another trench, baby.
He played guard.
Oh, good block. Oh, he opened up the hole. Hey, I love that we got them trench babies. I love that. I love that. We got them trench babies, y'all.
Look at that, closing up the hole.
Close. That's nice. He nice. Gordo, you definitely one of the ones opening up the whole pancakes, being a dog. And congratulations on making it to the Orange Bowl, kid.
With number 5, shout out to Gordo. Number 5, Mr. Mikey.
Yes, sir. Malachi Smith, Mikey. This my nephew, TTG Elite, another one of my 6U babies. Real dog. Go back. He sprayed the club. Hold on now. Good tackle at the cornerback position. Hold on, Mike. Came in and pulled up. And look how he sprayed the club.
Get down, get down.
Get that. Okay, now Malachi Smith. Good job, Nip. You cracked the top 10, number 5 on the top 10, man. Shout out to Mikey. Malachi Smith from TTG Elite.
Yes, sir. Shout out Mikey. He back up here. He back on here.
Uh-oh. QB, Big Z to that dog DJ.
That's you, DJ. That's you,
I,
DJ. You out of that, DJ?
ooh, that's too easy.
I don't know who they playing.
That's a
Untouched.
that's an 8U team.
Jeez.
They playing the 8U team and Big Z and DJ doing them like that. Play that again. Let's see Big Z in the pocket. Let me see him in the pocket real quick. He got poised at that quarterback position. It remind me of Sadir Sanders.
With
Oh,
the
nice.
pressure
Little
coming,
dump
get it
pass.
out.
Little dump pass. Get upfield. Oh my God, DJ so fast. Boy, DJ, boy, you got wheels.
One more time. Watch how he stay in that pocket when the defense is collapsing.
Oh yeah. Oh, and he threw it with a defender on him.
Yep.
Way to stand in the pocket and deliver a strike. The DJ got upfield and went crazy.
DJ fast for real. Shout out them two boys. Number 4, and I believe they was number 9 as well. Shout out them boys. Big Z and DJ. All right, moving
Them
into the
boys like
top.
that.
We moving into the top 3. Number 3.
Man, Jit is so special, man. Project baby. He in the flat lead too. Definitely a dog. Run that back, man. He just shifting through the defense. Can't even they ain't get a hand on him.
See, look, let me tell y'all something. You see how this kid got his hands up right here? Every time we did that, they called that as a flag, man. This flag tournament was horrible.
Yeah, they hard counts. We'll talk about that after the talks here.
Shout out Project Baby.
Shout out D3 with the good block. Not putting his hands up on him. Hands up. Shout out Project Baby making cracking the top 3 of the top 10 plays. But it is special, bro.
Yes, sir. Moving into number 2, Mr. Damian Kangaroo Perez.
Trench baby.
He's he just blowing through the line.
He a dog, bro. This is him at R&R. Make it causing havoc. And one thing about R&R, this is the best of the best. So Jit doing this at a high level. Shout out to Damian Kangaroo Perez cracking the top 2 on the top 10 plays.
Woo.
He get out that ball fast. Oh man. Definitely one of them ones. And he actually got invited to one of these camps. I had it on the picture. He got invited to a camp. So shout out to Damian Kangaroo Perez, man. You a dog, boy.
I'm gonna let it play one more time. There ain't a soul blocking him. This is my favorite one right here. Look how fast it get it. Now
Bam!
the next
Get
one,
your ass over.
taking them all the way back. Watch how fast it come up the line right here. The running back didn't
All
even
right,
want to. The running back was scared. Didn't want to step
quarterback
up.
didn't have a chance. Running back didn't want the ball. Quarterback didn't have a chance. Kangaroo Perez coming off that D line strong.
And with our number one of the week,
Coming in at the number one. Go ahead, brother.
Mr.
Jamari
Walker.
Walker, 10U HOA. Another one of them ones. Look at this. Oh my God. Go back. Oh my God. Oh my God. He made him touch earth. Ain't nothing over there. Hey, Jig got hands, boy. Check me out. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. Oh my God. Ain't nothing over there. Oh my God.
Oh, he went to sleep. Look at him.
Oh, man, he took a nap. He made Buddy take a nap. Oh my God. Jamari Walker. One of them ones at receiver. Oh, Twan, boy, you got you one of them ones, boy.
No, he the quarterback. He the quarterback. Jamar Walker the quarterback. He the one
Jamar the
swinging.
quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh, those are dice. Hold on now. Go back. Hold on. I'm watching the receiver. Hold on.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
number
Good
2.
throw. Oh, good throw, Mari. Good throw. Oh, yeah. He got a nice. Oh, he got a
Yeah.
cannon.
Oof. Shout out receiver though.
Oh, my God. That's a die. Oh, yeah. Jamari, he definitely. You got you a quarterback, Twan. Oh, and took it in. And he got wheels. Dual threat quarterback.
Shout out to Jamari Walker. We gonna get with you, man. Making the number one on the top plays of the week. Shout out to you, my boy.
And that's your top 10 plays, man. Shout out Jamari Walker, quarterback from HOA 10U, for making it to the number one.
Spots.
Hey, man, we cracked 2 hours and it's starting to
Ooh-wee.
glitch a little bit. So we appreciate everybody for getting on. We finna get up out of here because we done cracked our limit that we can be on the switcher. So it's starting to buffer a little bit, but we thank and appreciate everybody that Sun highlights, everybody that tuned in. Appreciate you, Coach Barry.
Yes, sir.
Anything you got to say, Mike, to get up out of here?
Hey, thank you for everyone tuning in. Shout out to Coach Barry. Shout out to Jamari for being number one this week, and shout out to all the ones making the top 10. We'll see
Hey,
y'all
go
next
over.
week.
See y'all next week. Y'all go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe. We're like 120 people away from being 500 subscribers, and we only 30 away from 500 on Instagram. So y'all go follow us on all platforms. We appreciate y'all. And man, it's another episode. Hey, 90-day run. We haven't missed the episode. This is the
Nope.
12th episode. We've been doing this talk that talk for 3 months, and we haven't missed the episode. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all for locking in, man. We love y'all, man.